Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Thursday, December 19th, around 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. An M3.8 solar flare from a new active region turning around the east limb is getting space weather a little spicy today. We've got a close eye on that white Christmas forecast. Keep calm. It's boom time. Well, good news. The FAA has issued a temporary ban on drone flights over some areas of New Jersey. Well, Garden State residents have been growing increasingly alarmed over the past month by unexplained bright lights in the nighttime skies and frustrated by the lack of answers and the gaslighting from the administration. But good news, there are no fly zones all around the Philadelphia, Wilmington, and other regions where sensitive military areas are in effect. The areas are listed in red here, so if you live in these regions, don't be a hero and don't launch your drone. It could be a felony. An atmospheric river approaching Northern California will bring rain and snow, and we'll have the full forecast in just a moment. New forecast beefs up the snow a touch for lower Michigan as well, and rain and snow is headed back to Northern California for the entire weekend. Storms will disrupt holiday travel plans leading up to Christmas, and it will be cold in the east. Now, here is some of the global warming nonsense. The National Weather Service claims Boise is on track for the latest snowfall since 1958. The only problem is the entire state of Idaho near Boise, its basins are all well above normal, 131% above normal, 110 and 90. So it appears as if the city of Boise itself is the one that is lacking snow, but not the state. Good way to cherry pick there. And let's take a look at the real forecast, shall we? Heavy snow and strong winds across the north central U.S. Winter storm watches and warnings are up for Michigan, Minnesota, and the region of northeast Iowa. Heavy rain and flash flooding in American Samoa and Puerto Rico. Areas of moderate to heavy snow and gusty to high winds are expected across the northern plains this evening and into the morning, upper Midwest and Great Lakes into Friday as well. Several inches of snow accumulation is expected. Heavy rain will bring isolated flash flooding threats to Puerto Rico, flash flooding along with mudslides in American Samoa, and now UNOA. And you can see winter storm watches and warnings up from Michigan and all the way west into South Dakota. It's going to be chilly and potentially some winter storm activity also in the southern and central Appalachians here. Let's take a look at the GFS model and walk it through. The next 3, 6, 9 hours as we wake up in the morning, you can see where the biggest totals are going to be there. Wisconsin, eastern shores, as well as portions maybe of the upper peninsula and Michigan. There will also be snow moving across the northeast tomorrow and into tomorrow evening. And you can see some snow moving into West Virginia there by the beginning of the weekend. Here is Monday the 23rd, Wednesday, Christmas Day the 25th, and that is your white Christmas forecast. Many regions in the northeast, all the way down to the central Appalachians, will be covered in a thin veil of the global warming goodness. And many of the high elevations in the west could be picking up some of that snow as well. And we might have a Christmas miracle here for our godchildren that will be showing up the 23rd, 4th, and 5th. And maybe Santa will bring some snow. Ho, ho, ho. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. Al Gore is very upset with the forecast. Seismic update. No quakes of note, normal activity worldwide, nothing spectacular to report on. And when does winter officially begin? Well, the time is ticking, and the solstice is fast approaching. The winter solstice falls on Saturday, December 21st at 3:19 a.m. Central Time. When does winter begin? Well, it begins the same day. and it ends Thursday, March 20th, 2025. The shortest day of the year, also December 21st this year. And, well, the longest night of the year, also in the Northern Hemisphere. So make sure you celebrate the solstice while you celebrate all of your festivities. Japan had record-breaking snowfall, and the BBC is still pushing polar bear propaganda. Can you believe that? Polar bears have quadrupled since they've been watched in the 1960s, and I don't know how this ruse has gotten by mainstream media and the journalist. All you have to do is a 5-minute cursory search, and you will find that polar bears are in record numbers. Now let's talk about Japan's record-breaking snowfall. The ski season has started with a bang, smashing decades-old records and delivering extraordinary snowfall across many resorts. Heavy snowfalls and anomalous cold have made this December a December to remember. Niseko is leading the charge, posting snow totals unseen since 1956. Wait a minute, isn't that the same number? No, it was 1958, but there must be a connection. I do digress. So Niseko is leading the charge, posting snow totals unseen since 1956. In Kuchan town, the snow depth of 142 centimeters, which is about 56 inches, was recorded on December 17th, just shy of the 144 centimeter all-time benchmark set 68 years ago, on course to be broken. At Higashiyama stations, they have registered 281 centimeters or 110 inches of cumulative snowfall, and on, more and more records broken in Japan. And good news for the Antarctic ice extent. All the fear-mongering, wait for it. Take a look at the numbers here in Antarctica. After they were fear-mongering all year about the second lowest year ever recorded, we are returning to multi-decadal norms. Yep, the fear-mongering is naught and means nothing because they cherry-pick the data, they don't look at the long-term data, and they don't care about you. They just want to scare the bejesus out of you and make you sick and brain damaged. Speaking of sick and brain damaged, people live on Iceland. But I do digress. There has been a seismic uptick for the last 36 hours, but it came to a close about 24 hours ago. Good news, as Iceland is quieting down. Worldwide Volcano News Update. Now, for the last several years, we've been reporting on every volcano erupting every day, almost every day. I don't know if it's necessary. Let me know in the comments if you want us to continue. For Thursday, the 19th of December, we've got Santa Guito to 14,000 feet, Raventador, 14,000 foot blast, Samaru, who knew, now you do, 15,000 foot, Ibu to 10,000 foot today, Fuego to 14, Erta Ale. In Ethiopia, a new lava flow in the southern pit crater is visible from Sentinel-2 in space. Popocatépetl, just outside of Mexico City, 20,000 foot puff today. Santa Guito to 14. Raventador. Yeah, puffing and passing. Samaru, who knew, now you do, 15,000 foot blast. Ibu to 10. Popo to 22. Fuego to 14. Ibu to 10. And that wraps up Worldwide Volcano News for the day. Quick look at space weather. You can see a flurry of activity and a slight uptick over the last 24 hours, reaching M3 levels. In fact, M3.8. And we showed you that visual on the kickoff of the show. Here is the M3.8 solar flare off the East Limb today. Hey, as multiple sunspot regions will be turning in to the limb. Take a look at this activity. It's literally glowing there. Can you see that there? And that is, in fact, what could be producing some solar activity in the coming days. We also had another far side event. Can you beat them apples? Take a look at that. This one appears to be at another region that is just turning over the east limb, or the west limb, my bad. And that will take at least 10 to 14 days to get around the east limb. So we've got lots of candidates. Take a look at these peppering of sunspots here. It's too bad SDO is down. We don't have any magnetograms, and it's very hard to diagnose these sunspots. But what we can see is that they've stopped flaring. So the Earth facing quiet is real. A real deal. And the 3-day geomagnetic forecast is for all quiet as we head in towards Christmas. Now, every world map you've seen is wrong. And this is what maps should look like. Yes, there is a new advanced map that is blending several other versions together. And the Equal Earth world map builds off previously released maps like the Mercator projection map and the Gall-Peters projection map as well. However, these two maps have problems on their own. The first, the Mercator projection map shows everything where it should be, but makes land masses further from the equator appear larger than they actually are. The Gall-Peterson projection map addressed the part of this issue by making the land masses more rounded to what they should look like. However, it distorted the shape of the continents, and as such, it didn't provide an accurate view of the world either. But now we have the Equal Earth map. And there you go. Ho, ho, ho. Notice how gigantic Africa is. Holy macaroni. Russia's just a little... And Antarctica is gigantic. A rare fossil mastodon jaw discovered in a backyard by a New York man is intact, complete, and fantastic. A complete mastodon jaw has been discovered in the backyard of a New York home, and you're looking at it at the top of the screen, along with a few bits and pieces of the prehistoric herbivore, an extinct relative of modern-day elephants. Holy macaroni. Look at this. Absolutely spectacular. And kudos to those that found the fossil. Have you heard murder hornets took over North America just about 5 years ago? But it is official. We have eradicated murder hornets from the U.S. Yeah, not a single incident of the murder hornets in the last 3 years. And this is a very rare case when an invasive species is radically eradicated. Kudos to all those involved and the citizen scientists that helped point out where the murder hornets were. Now, what makes us human? Researchers claim we're the same species as Neanderthals and Denisovans. I made this claim 7 days ago on our Saturday weekend show on Magnetic Reversal News and Revolution Radio, and apparently a paper came out that same day. Can you make this up? Partitioning of the genomic journey to become Homo sapiens. So we're going to go over all the details, because what I claimed is that archaeologists are not that smart. And if we did a study today, let's say on dogs, we would not put the Chihuahua in the same species as, let's say, German Shepherd. It wouldn't happen, and that's the same thing they're doing with humans. Stay tuned for our Saturday radio show, noon Mountain Time, in Studio B at revolution.radio, with the replay on Magnetic Reversal News Saturday night, 8 p.m. And happy holidays. I hope all of you are spending time with loved ones or those that you consider family. And if not, if you're all alone, we will be reporting every day through the holidays, all the way through the new year, to bring you some holiday cheer and the news you need to know. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Over half of the people that are watching right now are not subscribed. Do us a favor. Give us a Christmas gift and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. It also will allow you to see all, well, probably not all because we're shadow banned, but trust us, We've been doing podcasts every single day for the last 10 years. So all you have to do is come over to the channel and see what's up. And that is a boom. We love each and every one of you. Be safe and happy holidays.